So, it is May 24th, and surprise, I am 5 days post-op from my hysterectomy. Thank God. I told everybody I would do a video in 1 week. Um, Sorry, this hurts a little bit. but, I told everybody I'd do one in 1 week, but I figured since I'm feeling a tiny bit better, I should just do one now while I have the time, and while I'm bored. So, I do want to describe the experience and everything that went on, but first I want to say that we did have to end up rushing my insurance. They put everything on urgent, they accepted it in a day, and they accepted it the day before my surgery, I think. Either the day before that or the day before my surgery. So, yeah, it was the day before my surgery. They accepted it. So, everything was a go. They had my letter from my endo, my letter from my one therapist for the support letter, my other support letter. They had my gyno's claim for my endometriosis and my gender affirming surgery part. So basically, we had to put a rush on insurance and it got approved. So there's that. And I guess I'll start by talking about the pre-op experience. My surgery, I think, was 1.5 hours, an hour and a half. So it was close to 2 hours, I think. Pre-op was pretty good. I was so scared. I got there at 5:45. My surgery was at 7:15. Everybody who came up to me, the people who did my admissions were great. The people who did the anesthesia were great. The nurses, the anesthesiologist who did my IV did it perfectly. It didn't hurt that bad. I didn't have to suffer. Everybody who, I went to Yale Hospital, and everybody who took care of me took care of me. So by the time it went to go back into surgery, I was at ease. I was at ease. They had given me something to calm down, of course, but I was told, did have to tell them that I am allergic. Well, I have an intolerance to Vicodins and Percocets and oxycodone, so I wasn't able to take those. I think they gave me fentanyl during my surgery, well, before my surgery, for the procedure and the anesthesia, but they explained everything well. When I went back into the room, my doctor's name is Dr. Rostowski. She's amazing. She told me, everybody's going to be buzzing around you like bees. Just ignore everything and just focus on breathing in the oxygen. So I did, they told me 5 deep breaths of oxygen. They put on different things on my legs, my blood pressure cuff. They were doing different things with everything around me, and I was kind of a little bit out of it, so I didn't know quite what was going on anyways. But they said after the 5 deep breaths they're going to start putting me to sleep. After the 5 deep breaths, I don't remember anything except for waking up screaming. But I'll talk about that in a minute. During the procedure, they took out everything but my ovaries. She said that my bladder had almost twice the capacity of somebody's normal bladder. She said at 200 something, I don't know what measurement, people feel like they have to pee. I had 800 something in my bladder and I didn't feel like I had to pee. It might have been nerves, but that's quite a bit. So my bladder is huge. I think they had to end up pinning it up or something, or whatever they do to your bladder during her hysterectomies. If it's down too far, it needs to be supported, because if you don't know, I think your uterus kind of supports your bladder a little bit. So when they take that out, it kind of droops sometimes. I was in quite a bit of pain. That's why I woke up screaming, because I had endometriosis on both sides. So they ended up having to make a 4th incision instead of just 3. They had to scrape it out of both sides, and they had to remove my uterus, fallopian tubes, all that, blah, blah, blah. I think what they meant on both sides of scraping it is that my ovaries, because I'm actually having ovary pain right now, but So I woke up in pain. I was so out of it that I don't quite remember how bad the pain was until I started to. I think they had already given me pain meds like twice before I actually started waking up enough to remember things, and comprehend things that were going on. But my doctor did wake me up and tell me that I would be in a lot more pain than I anticipated because they had found endometriosis on both sides and they needed to make a fourth incision. They also found out my uterus was like tiny as hell. So, I mean, I'm bisexual, so that explains why I've never gotten pregnant. Sorry. But, um, after I woke up, I had trouble peeing, but I did empty like almost half my bladder, so they let me go home. Now, when I went home the next day, I couldn't pee. It was it was burning so bad my muscles contracted every time I went to go pee, and it wouldn't let me. So I called my doctor. I complained. They said call me, at the end of the day if it's not better. I called them the next day because I could pee, but it was hurting so bad that I couldn't stand it anymore. My bladder had been so full for so long. My doctor said that she was going to treat me for a UTI. She gave me antibiotics and a medication that made my pee bright orange and kind of like a reddish. It's weird, but it stained my toilet. I had to clean it. But it helped relax my muscles to where I could urinate. So I'm now urinating fine. I'm working on the other issue. I haven't had a bowel movement since the day before my surgery, so I'm working on that. But I am on antibiotics. I'm taking pain meds, well, Tylenol and ibuprofen. Since I have an intolerance to the pain meds they usually use after surgeries, they had given me Dilaudid, I believe it was called Dilaudid or something, to take afterwards. I think it's not as strong, but it worked. It helped a lot. It was helping me pee when I was having those issues. So, yeah. My surgery, I'm burping, sorry, gas. I guess they use a gas to blow you up for room during the surgery so you can see around and stuff. So I have quite a bit of gas now. It took me a couple of days to start passing it, but after a couple of days, I started passing that gas. So I do have a UTI, but I'm doing a lot better. I am doing a little too much. I need to slow down. But my family has been great. My doctor has been great. My girlfriend's been great. And I just need to slow down. But I did want to at least make a video because I'm so happy this happened. Like, I just wanted the symptoms to be over, and finally, after healing up, I know I'll be fine and they'll be over and this will be done with. So, yeah, 4 incisions instead of 3. They told me it might happen. So, yeah. But that's pretty much it. I just want to describe my experience. I'll probably update you guys in like two more weeks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks everybody for taking care of me, and thank you to my doctor, to my anesthesiologist, especially my doctor too. But the anesthesiologist really put me at ease, and so I just thank everybody. I needed that done. If you didn't know, a year ago almost, my insurance in Ohio denied this surgery as medically necessary because it said I was transgendered, basically. So I had to have letters of support. Even though I had to have letters of support here, it was easier getting it done here in Connecticut than it was in Ohio, because Ohio outright denied me and didn't tell me anything about letters or whatever. And so at least Connecticut told me about the letters and all that stuff and let me know and gave me a chance to fight for it. So, alright, that's pretty much it. Peace.